Hey guys! Welcome to my channel, Beauty by Tellie. In today's video, I'm gonna do a one brand face of Dear Dahlia Cosmetics. So Dear Dahlia is this super Instagrammable Korean brand. You may have noticed scrolling along your feed if you follow a lot of Korean beauty accounts or makeup accounts. You might have seen this like really cute gold and marble packaging. So that's signature Dear Dahlia, and I kind of started noticing them about a year, I think, ago. So now they're finally in the Philippines. They're available in SM Beauty and SM Mall of Asia, SM Makati, SM Aura, SM Megamall, and SM North EDSA. They're also available online from their own websites, deardahlia.ph, Beauty MNL, and Calixta. Aside from the dreamy packaging, Dear Dahlia strives for timeless beauty backed up by an ethical commitment to promote vegan, cruelty-free, and age-free formulations. What is age-free? They are created without parabens, surfactants, phtalates, metalloestrogens, oxybenzons, formaldehyde, artificial fragrance, and animal-derived ingredients. So I'm not really super conscious about these ingredients, but for those of you who are, this is useful information. They're probably just one of the very few brands that I know that advertise themselves as age-free. If you have been looking for something like that, this is a brand to check out. Given that they pay so much attention to their own formulation, I'm really excited to start on this FOTD. So let's get started. But before that, don't forget to click the subscribe button and click on the bell icon for notifications every time I post a new video. You may also follow me on social media. I'm at Beauty by Tellie on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I've already done my eyebrows, tight liner, and under eye concealer off camera, so now we can just focus on the Dear Dahlia products. So the first item I'm going to try is the Dear Dahlia Skin Paradise Blooming Cushion Foundation. This is the shade Natural Beige, and it's actually already a pretty good match for me, fortunately. I really don't know what to call this kind of container. Can somebody tell me in the comments? It has like a ton of holes, like a salt shaker. You push the plastic portion and it dispenses some cushion foundation for you. I actually like this better than the typical sponge format because it's more sanitary, and I think foundations last longer when they're used sanitarily. Instead of the puff, I'm gonna be using my own foundation brush. I have two pimples here, they're matching. So let's try to cover that up. Then, because that looks still a little streaky to me, I'm finally gonna use the puff to even everything out. I have nothing against these kind of puffs, but I just like find them quite tedious to use. In person, the shade match is pretty nice, but I see right now on the camera that it's flashing back quite heavily. Might be due to the SPF 35 of this cushion. I'm just gonna keep working this way. Sorry if the flashback is a bit distracting, but I'm gonna go to an event later and I don't want to change my face to camera ready and look weird in person since I'm gonna be meeting people later face to face. So I really like the coverage and finish of this cushion. It's so dreamy. I really feel goddess-like when I wear this. It's so dewy, but the coverage is there, so I feel like all of my discoloration can be covered except for my dark circles, which I always use concealer with. True to the name, I feel like I really look blooming when I wear this foundation, and it's one of my favorite items from the brand actually. Next, we're gonna go with the Paradise Dual Palette. So it contains a cream blush and an eyeshadow. This eyeshadow color actually I feel can be used as an eyebrow product, but I'm not too confident trying that out, so I use a different eyebrow product and let's just use it as an eyeshadow. So I first took the lighter shade and I'm gonna apply it all over the lid using also their number 232 eyeshadow brush. I'm not a big fan of this brush because it kind of like gets deformed. I think the marker of a good quality brush is that even though you sort of swish it all over your face, it should bounce back right into shape. But I feel like this shape is not holding very well, so I'm not a huge fan. Still with a lighter shade going on the other eye. So when I first watched this, I thought it was a little bit too light and I was quite disappointed. But actually applying it on my eye, I feel like it creates that really subtle, creamy and dreamy, no makeup look that Koreans love. Because even though it's a really light shade, it applies like really fully and evenly. So I can get away with piling on the color and it still looks light and there are no holes. Because usually with typical eyeshadows, you're gonna have to apply a little less to get that subtle Korean look. And when you apply too little makeup, it's gonna have like some patches and holes. So this one at least, like you can really pile on and there's still like just a subtle and creamy look. Next, I'm gonna apply a little bit of the darker shade, like just here at the corner, just to give some dimension to the eye. So it doesn't look like a huge mosquito bite. Monolid girls know. So next we have this blush. I really like this shade of blush. It also goes with that really subtle, barely there, no makeup look. I'm just depositing like a similar amount of product to both cheeks and using a stippling brush. I'm gonna blend that up toward the hairline. Some people have commented that I place my blush a little bit high, but I find for my face shape, this is actually really good in sort of keeping me young and fresh. And then I don't go too much in the center. I'm not a huge fan of the drunk blush look. There, that's it. And then that's it. That's all the blush I'm gonna use. I really like this blush. It looks really creamy and dewy. It sets well on top of the cushion. And it's really good for that sort of naked blush look. Final step for the lips, I'm gonna take one of the mini Mousse Trio. I'm gonna try Bordeaux today. So cute. So the Lip Mousse, much like the foundation, it has a smell. It's a weird smell. I've never smelled the smell from cosmetics before because it's a mix between citrusy and floral. I'm just gonna layer that up. It's applying super smooth and creamy. There, so this is like feeling super rich and creamy. I loved applying it. It was so like plush and clay-like. So I've just quickly added eyeliner and mascara to my look, and this is how I'm gonna do my event later on today. Wish me guys luck, and I'll tell you guys how this full face wears down in a bit. Bye! Hey guys, I'm back and it's been about 8 hours since I put on this face. As you can see, I've gotten a little bit oily. I didn't set this cushion foundation because I really like the finish and how glowy it looks, even though it doesn't really feel wet. So I really wanted to enjoy that, and knowing or expecting that I would only be out for a short time today, I didn't set my foundation. But then it turned out I had to stay outdoors a little bit longer, so I got bathed in humidity and I'm super duper oily right now. So it's super shiny everywhere. Like I think even my eyebrows are shiny. Yeah, for oily skin people or people with normal skin, I think you may want to consider setting this all the time, because even for me with dry skin, it does get oily. But there are really times when I know I'm going to be wearing it for a short time that I would prefer not to set it because I really love how glowy and dewy it looks. As for the lips, this is not a fair test of how the color wore down because I actually picked a lot of my dry skin off, and of course, some of the product came off with that. So it's not really fair, but you can see even after picking out huge chunks of skin from my lips, and even after having squid for dinner, you can see that the color is still like really there. And this is what I really love about Korean velvet tints. They are super long wearing, and when they wear down like really elegantly. You can just keep like smacking your lips and they look fine. Some of the local options tend to flake and crack off a little bit more inelegantly. To me, that is a big difference between K-Beauty lip mousses and local lip mousses. It's only stained a little bit. The actual velvet texture is gone. You can just really see my lips got super dry and tight. So as for the blush, I was really shocked that it stayed on as long as it is staying on. Like, I can still see it like applied on my cheek. I kind of gave up hope on it when I started oiling up earlier because I didn't set it with powder blush or even translucent powder. So I was not expecting it to stay, but it did stay for quite a while. So yay, we're happy about that. And then lastly, the eyeshadow. I really love this eyeshadow. It's so full and creamy, and yet the color is really light. I can't really say that I found a shade or an eyeshadow that performs like this amongst other makeup brands, because normally when you want to do like a sheer lid wash, you're gonna go with a darker brown and then it's gonna look patchy because you're applying such a thin layer that you can't apply it evenly. This one is just really, I can't explain. It's so creamy, it's so luscious. Look. So light, and yet the color is so full and even. So I'm super enjoying that nowadays. It's my go-to sort of everyday look. Before we head to the conclusion, I'm just gonna retouch this whole face because I feel super grimy. Why don't I give you guys some retouch tips in the meantime? So when you have like a really creamy foundation that you think can move along with you, you just try to pat any holes that you see before you retouch. So there's like a few holes in my nose. I'm just gonna pat that down. And also like where my eyeliner has smudged, I'm just gonna take some product back there. Foundation is separated here, so I'm just gonna like pat it down a bit. And then taking like a brown tissue paper, lightly press the tissue on the surface of my skin. So this helps ensure that I'm not wrecking my base. What a relief. Don't forget like under your eyebrows, because you do get super oily there. And once you've dabbed off the excess oil, just take an oil pack and lightly dab. Oops. That's not light. Okay, and lightly dab across the face to get any excess oil off. Try not to do wiping motions unless you have like a really thick layer of product on, like what I did here. If you're applying like a decent amount of product, just press it on gently, like so. Then I'm gonna retouch my lip by removing all of these chunks. This is really bad advice, but this is what I do, so I'm just gonna share it anyway. I lick my lips, and that's really bad because your saliva actually sort of dries up your lip skin. But I just need to lubricate and rub off the excess skin. I'm just gonna add we're back to our fresh face. So that's that for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed my full face of Dear Dahlia Cosmetics. I'm pleasantly surprised with how this review turned out. I wasn't expecting much from this brand when I read up on them and saw that they were vegan. So to be honest, actually I find claims of being vegan kind of limiting for makeup, but in this case, I'm pretty glad that even though it's a vegan brand, it actually performs super duper well. My favorite product is the BB cushion. I super love it. Close second is the Lip Mousse, But then I still also really like the dual compact. So actually, I kind of like everything from this line. And if you trust my review, I think at this point, it's only a matter of choosing the colors that you think will suit you. If you are also chinita like me with a similar skin tone, I think it's gonna be a super duper easy journey because all of the colors I've seen so far seem to be super suited for us. If you're a little bit darker, they have a BB cushion that's only slightly darker than what I tried. Koreans have been trying to push out darker BB foundations in recent years, but the attempt has not been going super well. They're still not addressing a wide range of skin tones. When I say darker, please understand that what I mean is only slightly darker because that's just what's available right now. So if you have a favorite item, let me know in the comments, and if they have a bestseller or like a star product that I didn't get to discuss today, also let me know. I'm gonna try to look out for it and maybe post another review in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!